U.S. Secretary of Labor Marty Walsh promoted the Biden administration's response to port congestion while saying it was too early to weigh in on upcoming negotiations between dock workers and the Pacific Maritime Association. Walsh on Tuesday, November 30th, was the latest in a parade of public officials to visit the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach as congestion and supply chain disruptions have become global issues. Also visiting the ports recently have been U.S. Senator Alex Padilla, Governor Gavin Newsom and White House Port Envoy John Porcari. Walsh, who also stressed the importance of American jobs at the ports, was joined by Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti, Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia, U. Representative Nanette Barragan, D. San Pedro, and the executive directors of the ports, LA's Gene Seroka and Long Beach's Mario Cordero. They spoke on the dock of the San Pedro Downtown Harbor as ships passed by in the main channel behind them. It was Walsh's first visit to the country's two busiest ports, which bring in about 40% of the nation's goods, as Labor Secretary. But it was his third stop to a U.S. seaport in about a month. He visited the Port of Philadelphia on October 28 and the Port of Charleston on November 3 on Tuesday. He focused on the issue of congestion at the twin ports, though he did discuss the upcoming labor talks. Walsh, a former mayor of Boston and a past union president, said he trusts the negotiation process and would be available if an impasse occurs or if asked to step in. "I don't think we're at that point," he said. Until then, Walsh added, "we don't have a role in the upcoming talks." Walsh, 54, had served as the Democratic mayor of Boston since 2014 before joining the Biden administration. He also was a state representative and came to his federal position with a long history with labor, serving as president of Laborers Local 223 and heading up the Boston Building Trades, a union umbrella organization. He was appointed labor secretary by President Joe Biden in January. The contract between the PMA, which represents ocean carriers and terminal operators, and the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, expires on July 1st. With the ongoing pandemic and port congestion issues yet to be resolved, PMA President and CEO James McKenna had asked the union to consider agreeing to a one-year extension to the current collective bargaining agreement. Union leaders have preliminarily rejected the offer, but Ramon Ponce De Leon, president of ILWU's Local 13, who joined Walsh on the boat tour, said after the secretary's appearance that those matters will ultimately be up to the union caucus and negotiating team, which don't meet until early next year.